Well, you know, it was great to finally get away in October up north with some buddies at deer camp and go bow hunting. I don't get that chance very often, so to have 2.5, 3 days to sneak away and bow hunt was awesome. So we wanted to do a couple things. We really wanted to work with EverCalm. We used that in the stink stick, but really we used the ScentFIRE unit. That's the new electronic vaporizing scent dispenser. And I wanted to see how the deer were really going to react to that, if there was any reactions. Would it calm them down? Would it attract them in? Would they feel safe around it? And so we're working actually with 2 units while we're set up to bow hunt. It worked phenomenally well. The deer were actually attracted to it, but it actually calmed them down. They wanted to hang around. And it was interesting because the does and then this little 2.5-year-old beautiful 10-point, very tempted to shoot him, but you could tell he was young, literally went to the ScentFIRE unit, and I was manually setting it off. You can do it by a remote. He went over to the ScentFIRE and kind of started to put his nose there, and I set it off. Now, understand, it has to make a little bit of noise, and I think the noise made him jump back, but as soon as he realized what he smelled, he just stopped. And he calmed back down, he stood there, looked around for a little bit, and then walked off. How cool was that to have them come right in underneath? ScentFIRE units worked well. They actually were attracted to that. Gave me the opportunity to harvest an animal if I chose to. I just chose not to. Now the property that we're hunting on with these guys has been managed, and they're continuing to manage for APRs, antler point restrictions. They don't want to shoot 2, 3-year-old bucks. They're really looking for 4.5 and older, which there aren't near as many of those. So the first couple of days, we saw a couple real nice 2.5-year-olds, but then I think there's 3 or 4 spikes and little fork horns, but that's normal for northern Michigan. So the next morning we go from 60-some degrees down into the 30s, and it's cold. I mean, it's a big change. So the deer were going to start moving differently, so I wanted to make a mock scrape. So I took the scrape maker, made a mock scrape, got it all set up, got the EverCalm up on the licking branch, got the RuttingBuck into the scrape itself, and we just had to wait. And then in comes this nice little 2-year-old 8-point. You could tell again, he was young. He just needed some more age on him. But kind of walked right in and right over and kind of checked it all out.
He's just a nice 2.5, 3.5-year-old young buck. 115, maybe 120 inches. I'd rather let him go and give him 1 more year to get bigger.
Well, the last morning, I kind of wanted to go to a different setup. A couple of the other guys had hunted it. Honestly, we were really caught off guard. This 4.5-year-old buck all of a sudden shows up exactly downwind, and I just turned the ScentFIRE unit on and set it off 4 or 5 times, and there he is, standing, just staring our direction. I thought, we're busted. This buck actually kind of walked away a little bit. The ScentFIRE unit went off again. It went back right in behind the ScentFIRE unit and calmed down so well, it started eating acorns downwind from us. couldn't see where the bolt went. I mean, I was right behind his front shoulder is what I felt. The shot was good. I had to shoot right-handed. I'm left-handed. I practiced that. I have to shoot right-handed with a dart gun sometimes, left-handed. The 10-point nitro is so fast. Look at the beam on this thing. Are you kidding me? Look. Hey, look at the beam. Look at the length of the beam on this. I didn't see that. Last year I was able to harvest a buck on my dad's birthday, and he was up in the 150s, and this is probably close to 150, 145, 150. Look at the spread in the beam length and the mass. You know, we saw some yearlings, spikes, some little 4 points, but we saw a nice 10 2-year-old, nice 2-year-old 8-point with mass. Oh, glad I held off, because this is what we're looking for. This is herd management. This little deal right here, I'm telling you, this buck come in downwind. I had just turned this on like 5 minutes earlier, and I'd kind of hit it 4 or 5 times, get some scent in the air, put it on the 3-minute cycle, and he literally came in downwind right to this, looked our way, kind of come out, went right back to it, and you can actually see this going off on the camera. He goes right in behind it, starts feeding, and that's when I shot him. I mean, I don't think the bolt actually missed the tree that was within by 4 inches. But this thing heats and vaporizes liquid scents and puts it into the air. It's what the industry's been looking for. ScentFIRE from ConQuest Scents. EverCalm is what we were using. Honestly, awesome, awesome. I want to invite you to the first ever ConQuest 200 deer camp. This is a 3-day adventure of hunting with me, also spending time talking about the whitetail deer. What have they taught me that I can teach you to become a better hunter, how to use scents in a more efficient way, and still go out and hopefully harvest a big whitetail like this. You're gonna get a ConQuest Scents package along with clothing, scent products, 3 days, 3 nights, meals, lodging, hunting. Call in and get your deposit in today. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe. You can also follow us on social media, and we have a live camera out in one of our deer pens that you can watch 24/7, and we'd love to have you watch what's happening on ConQuest Deer Farm.